Ahavat re'im. You have to love your friend. Says Chazal, Ve'aftarecha kamocha, zeg klal gadol b'Torah. Loving your friend like you love yourself is a great rule in Torah. The Gemara Sechet Shabbat says, Tachlis. What does that mean? You got to do when you love your neighbor like yourself. Says the Gemara Sechet Shabbat Lamed Aleph Amud Aleph 31a. D'Ritzonam lomar de'alach saneh lechavrach lo ta'avid. Anything you hate done to yourself, do not do to others. So therefore, a person has to make sure that he overcomes himself and does not do to his friend, because we know we are in the 3 weeks. And therefore, we know that the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed because of sinat chinam, baseless hatred. What does it mean, baseless hatred? When's the last time you hated somebody for no reason? It means that we hated somebody for a silly reason. It means the reason wasn't a good enough reason. So therefore, it's under the wing of baseless hatred. So a person has to overcome yourself, right? When you have nos, right? You have nos ftaroi, right? You have your nose in the air. How do you say nose in the air?
Nose naverch.
Nose naverch. There we go. Nose naverch. That's when you're going to go and fight with other people. But if you would be humble, then you would avoid most confrontations. You have to learn to have avat chinam, baseless love, and not baseless hatred. You know when you're in Miami, or you know when you're in a random place, and you see another Jew, wow, another Jew, you go over to him, wow, how are you, where are you from, you play Jewish geography with him, and you tell him, listen, where's a shul, where's a restaurant, where can I go and find this, where can I find that, and he gives you a breath of life, right? So therefore, that's how it's supposed to be every time you see a Jew, that you're supposed to go and feel connected, you found another one of your brothers. There's some people who love to do, there's this Russian thing called Jde Minya. Right? Jde Minya, right? They go on, they found a lost, long relative, I found you, he cries, he kisses, Achok Muchi, right? This is how it's supposed to be when we see another Jew. Not opposite when we want to push them away. People make a joke that they found the guy in an island after many years, and they saw him, and they saw there was two buildings with two Magen Davids on them. He had 2 shuls. They said, you're one guy on an island, why do you have 2 shuls? He says, this is a shul I go to, this is a shul I don't go to. You understand? So God forbid a person should be in a situation like that where he wants to run away from other Jews. Rather, he should go and run to them and say, Jde Minya, my long lost brother. V'yesh, that what? He says, God forbid a person should embarrass his friend, he should make jangonozi, he should make fights with them. He says a person has to be careful and avoid all these situations, because this is why the Beit HaMikdash is destroyed. Especially in speech. A person has to not say to his friend anything that he wouldn't want to be said to him. He says, and this includes the shonara, not speaking slander about your friend, and or not varim, and to say insults. People think you could say an insult. Oh, what are you so slow? Oh, when are you going to lose weight already? How many gush this do you eat? I don't understand. Let's go, Mr. You're very, what do they call him? Tolster? Right? What is it you call people these names? You want to be called these things? It hurts, even though he looks like he's fine. But at the end of the day, it also hurts. He says, also in your deeds, do not hurt him, and do not make him physically suffer. The Yetzirah a lot of times confuses and thinks, no, it's okay, you wouldn't bother me, you wouldn't bother him. It's not true. Every person is different. You imagine an alien would come from the sky and we would see how we act with each other. We hit each other and we go and call each other names, put it down each other, and we tell each other, this is our friend. So this is your friend. Why would you put him down? Why would you hurt him? What kind of friend is that? So therefore he says, you also have to do good, not just not do bad. Do good to your friend, which means that you have to make them happy. What does it mean to love your friend? You rebuke him. You rebuke him with love when you see him doing something wrong. If you would see your friend bleeding in the street, you would call Hatzalah, right? So therefore, how come if he's bleeding spiritually in the street, why don't you go and help him also? It's the same emergency, even more. What's worse, killing somebody, stabbing somebody, or teaching him how to do an Avera? Teaching him how to Avera is worse than stabbing. And why? Because stabbing, you kill him from Olam Hazeh. Teaching him how to Avera is killing him from Olam Haba. So therefore a person has to be worried for his friend more about his Olam Haba than his Olam Hazeh. So therefore a person has to make sure to go and tell his friend, listen, you should fix this, you should fix that with love, constructive criticism. And also, he says, you have to tell him good words. When someone tells you a simcha, you should tell him mazal tov, mabruk. Don't tell him, Oh, he has another boy. When's going to be my boy? When am I going to have a girl? Oh, he bought a house. When am I going to buy a house? What is it? Why everybody else before me? The person has to really be happy for the other person, really enjoy that he's simcha, and really wish him mazal tov, because you could put ayin hara on him. You don't want to put ayin hara on him and make him lose his possessions. It's alachan shulchan aruch Hashem mishpat. You're not allowed to stand over your friend's field when it's full, because you're going to put glaza on him. And therefore, just because you got a Rolex doesn't mean you get to look at him and put glaza on it and make it break, because you could potentially be the source of the damage. He says, "Kasher chafetz she'asu lo rachmu alav she'yidchuku atzmam kedei rachem alav." You have to go out of your way for them, just like you want them to go out of your way for you. He says, "The fum tzar agra," and according to the suffering is the reward. So therefore, we should all be zocheh to build the Beit HaMikdash with avat chinam.